Hey guys, Sadie touched on this a little bit earlier, but she talked about being unqualified and how God qualifies us for things. And I wanted to tell y'all a story. Whenever I was, it was probably about 2 years ago, I was on tour with Toby Mac on the Hits Deep tour, and I was out there as a backup dancer. And I remember going out as a dancer, and God was stirring something in my heart to sing. And I was like, how is this gonna happen? God, how am I gonna do this? I'm out here on the road with artists and people who do this all the time. This is their job. How in the world am I gonna sing for anything out here? And I just remember asking God to open up a door of a time for worship, that we could all just gather as bands and worship together. And I found out, little did I know, that Toby actually does something called tour church on Sundays. And when I found that out, I was like, there is no way I am gonna ever get the opportunity to do something like that. But I remember after I had the thought of, yeah, right, I had a thought of faith and that my God could do whatever he wanted to do. And if it was for me to sing or worship or do anything like that, he would open the door. And so I just said, God, if there's a place for me, I ask that you would make a place. And so I remember about 2 weeks into tour, I was asleep in my bunk, and I was actually having a really funny dream that Toby asked me to lead worship for tour church. And whenever I woke up, I kid you not, I click on my phone and I have a text from our tour manager that says, hey, Toby wanted me to ask you if you would lead worship for tour church. After I pinched myself and was like, what the heck? I said, of course, I'd love to. And I hopped out of my bunk. Take in mind, it was Sunday. Tour church was in 2 hours. The minute I hit the ground, literally fear came over me. And I was like, how am I gonna do this? I am so unqualified for this. God, why would you even ask me? This is hilarious. Like, this is just funny. And then another thought of faith came. And it was, I can do this because I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And so I went because I had committed, and I sat down, and I remember telling them what God had done. And I had just had this dream that something crazy was happening, that I was doing worship. And here I was in that chair in front of them, telling them about my dream that was now happening. And I said, I have never done this before, but God put this on my heart, and I believe he's answering a cry right now by letting me do this here with y'all. And so God just met us there, and it was crazy. It was not me. John 15:5 says, abide in me and I in you, for apart from me, you can do nothing. Without him, we can do nothing, but with him, we can do all things. So rest in him and let him sing through you. Before we start, usually I say, God, be my voice, sing through me. And I'm amazed at what he does.